Hey guys, it's Coco Tarot, and today we have a pick a card on the topic of sugar or spice, naughty or nice. What is your female archetype? Now, that is specifically referring to your seduction type, and heavy emphasis on archetype and not stereotype. Okay, a stereotype can be a negative connotation, but an archetype can just be a positive trope that you might fall into. We're gonna get into the cards, but I also have a fun little grab bag with specific archetypes in them in case you want to research your seduction style after this reading, which I encourage you to do. But this will be pile 1, this will be pile 2, and this will be pile 3. And I will see you guys in your reading. Hey, pile number 1, we're going to get right into your reading and see what is your female archetype, your seduction style. I'm going to get the cards out, clarify with a few tarot cards, go into a grab bag, and then go into the message. I know, lots of steps here. But let's lay out your cards and see what you got. Okay, you got in Scorpio, the extraordinary power of prayer, the highest and lowest aspects of, control the situation. The Mirror, the Queen, trust, passion, and unfavorable. Actually, I'll put this here. I'm going to clarify this with the tarot now. About 4 cards. Can we have 4 cards for pile number 1 on their seduction type? Their female archetype. Thank you so much. Okay, we got the 6 of Wands. Death in reverse. The 7 of Cups and the Tower. Okay, and for the specific archetype in this bag, I'm going to pick 2 of them since there are only 3 piles in this reading. So you could identify with both of these or more with one than the other. So pile number 1, your seductive archetype. Okay. You got the Bohemian and the sophisticate or sophisticate. All right, pile number 1. Lots of stuff to take in here. You have a very sexy energy about you. You are irresistible. But at the same time with this, the Bohemian here, you have a very independent lifestyle, or you have an independence about you that is very sexy. So although you have an extreme power to seduce with this sexiness, at the same time, you have a huge independence about you where you don't get too attached, and this makes you incredibly irresistible, okay? Your seduction lies in the fact that you aren't one to ever chase. When it comes to your seduction, you really are the boss, or you kind of take that position of control while resting in your femininity at the same time. You could be really good at being in that dominatrix energy of, I'm here to have a good and fun time, but also don't touch me because I'm very expensive and I'm very luxurious and I'm going to step on you with this high heel boot. This is the kind of seduction that you have. I think that masculine energies, they come to you when they want to be, for lack of a better word, humiliated. Humiliated is a very strong word, though. I don't want to say that. It's almost like if you deal with masculines, when they're around you, they feel like they can kind of relinquish their control a little bit. There is this this image of darkness in your seduction style. You bring out a lot of that dark fantasy aspect of people. When I saw the death card in reverse, it reminded me of, I don't know what language it is, but in a certain language, when you reach like a climax, it's called the little death. There's something about your energy, like that Scorpio energy, where the mystery and the darkness to you is part of the allure. I think you're meant to push people to the limits in your seduction technique. You're almost the type of person who brings people to that point of on the edge of their seat. It's this drool worthy energy. And although it's very seductive, you don't really have your emotions involved. I don't see you putting your emotions into how you seduce, or your intimacy could seem very emotionless on paper to other people. Some great examples of your energy would be like Erykah Badu or Coco Chanel. And Coco Chanel was actually a spy. I'm pretty sure she was a German spy. I'm not sure. I don't even know if I can say that word on YouTube. But those are some examples of this energy. You just have this, like, I don't want to say come and go as you please, because that's not it. You know how to set a boundary. It's just almost like, yeah, we can have fun, but I also don't really need you. Like, I don't know. It's that queen energy. You have a lot of resources. And this is also very irresistible because there's not this filter of pleasantries or trying to act nice. You really get to the core of, that tower moment. You really evoke something darker than just emotional intimacy. You mirror a lot of shadow energy in how you seduce people. I think that you tempt people. It can be kind of like a siren-esque energy, but more importantly, it's control. It's I'm in charge here. So I do think that masculines love when you take control, when you say, no, that we're doing what I want to do. There's a lot of luxury attached to you. So although you're down for a dark and sexy fun time, it's expensive. It's going to be an expensive time. Bring your wallet, okay? Pile number one, your seduction definitely has to do with, you want the wine, you want the oysters, the steak dinner, you want the aphrodisiac, you want, even you want to have that full experience, like eating a meal and really honing in on every single sense, all the senses, okay? I'm hearing even the sixth sense, okay? You want to have a full body experience, and that's part of your seduction technique, is that it involves all the senses, okay? Touch, smell, you probably like to have music playing. There's just something about the mood, and it's expensive. Okay, pile number one, you definitely it's not even just people spending money on you, it's how you make other people feel. Like, you make them feel expensive, you make them feel like, oh wow, it's definitely reciprocal with that mirror energy. But I also think you break a lot of hearts, pile number one. You break a lot of hearts, and it's because it's nothing to cut somebody off for you. It's you. I feel like you aren't attached to worldly things, even though you love to indulge in worldly pleasures. You're not attached to it. And this could also be why you manifest really, luxurious, intimate, seductive moments. It's just your attitude of, I don't really care. And it sounds negative, but a lot of people don't realize is when you don't care is when you manifest everything. If that makes sense. It's like sometimes caring too much can block things, but you have this energy of like kind of a rolling stone, or just, like I said, I'm down to have fun. I'm down to be around you, but I don't need you. There's a lot of highs and lows here, and I think people really, they get caught up in that energy that you have, pile number one. What's the word? It's titillating. Okay, it's like, ooh, like I'm getting the shivers. It's very unforgettable, but also the type of thing where you're like, I'm not telling anybody what me and pile number one did. You know what I mean? I'm hearing what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens with pile number one stays with pile number one. That's definitely what I'm hearing. So your seduction is definitely into that mystery, a little bit taboo, but not too, you don't push them off the edge. You get them to the edge, if that makes sense. I'm also hearing something too about some of you guys, if you're trying to work on being like, how can you really enhance like your seduction for a specific person or just even for yourself to have fun? Mirrors are significant. I don't know if you like to play around with mirrors, but like mirrors and candles, like there's something here about playing with the illusions and making it sexy. I don't know. I'm hearing that song by Mariah Carey that's like Heartbreaker, You Got the Best of Me. You're pile number one, you are just pile number one's gonna ruin me, but I'm down for it. They're gonna ruin my life, but I'm down for it. I'm hearing the crazy to hot scale. I don't know if you guys ever heard that. It's like a scale of like how hot you are is also, I don't know. Look it up. There's just a lot going on here, pile number one. You are definitely seductive as heck, especially when you act like you don't care. But it's not an act. And that is your reading, pal number one, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pal number two. We're going to get right into your reading and see what is your female archetype, your seduction style. I'm going to get the cards out, and then we're going to go right into the message. I hope you guys are doing well, but this is what you got. In Libra, cooperation to perfect. Decisions about resulting from the fairness shown by. In Cancer, your feelings, attitudes from the past about use your intuition. The Bardo, happiness, acceptance of what's happening, Seeker has faith. Misleading information, refrain from impulsive decisions. Wow, pal number two. Why do I feel like you end up seducing yourself? I don't know why I feel that heavily for you guys, but clarify, pal number two. What is their female archetype, their seduction style? Temperance in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse. The Queen of Cups. I knew that was going to come up. The Wheel of Fortune. Well, I didn't know it was going to come up, but that was the energy I was expecting. All right, now we're going to go into the grab bag to see what your archetype is specifically, so you can research this after the video. Let me move all this up because it's pretty low. All right, so pile number two, what's their seduction type? I forgot to say this while I was filming pile number two, but for the archetypes, I'm pulling two because there's only 3 piles. So you can either embody one of these energies or both of these energies. The Empress. And the Gammon. Okay, so pile number two, with all of this emotional energy coming out, the Empress, the Queen of Hearts, the Cancer, you make a masculine feel like a king. And you do this naturally. You have a playful spirit about you. I'm hearing let's play house. You definitely, your seduction lies in how emotionally you can really connect to someone in intimate moments or in the bedroom. You're the type to always sneak in, and I love you, or are you hungry? Maybe you cut up fruit for your lover and feed it to them. You're very much the type to be all in. You give acts of service. You're very submissive is what's going on here, and that is part of your seduction, how submissive you are. Like I said, you make masculine energies feel like a king. They want to protect you. They want to, some of you guys, you could be very much in the cute archetype. This Gammon here, it's almost that energy of like Audrey Hepburn, or that quirky, natural, beautiful energy that is just purely herself. You're very much, pile number two, seductive with your emotions. You could be someone who is very nurturing, or when you're with someone, you're rubbing their back, you're giving them a massage, you're scratching their head. You're caring for your lover, and it's very seductive. You're the type of energy that after someone has walked through hell or been through hell in their day, they come home and you really make them feel comforted and relaxed and like they can, get a good night of sleep, get a full belly, okay? Now, this energy here, you're definitely the type to make sacrifices in the name of love. And with the misleading information, refrain from impulsive decisions, and the hanged man in reverse, you are all in, okay? It's about the love for you. It's not just about the seduction. It's not just about the arousal. It's about the love. And when you're in love, you're giving it your all. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you're the type that probably prays for your man or your significant other. You're like, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna light a candle for you. Like, is your mom okay? I'll bring her a cake. Like that. You're someone who it goes. It's bigger than just the bedroom. Your seduction lies in your acts of service. You're also able to read your lover's mind. You know what they want before they do, so really trust your instincts. Your instincts are on point, pile number 2, okay? Cancer, Empress, and the Queen of Hearts. You know exactly what your lover wants, what they need, so trust yourself on that. If you've ever doubted yourself, or if you've been in an intimate moment with someone and you're like, okay, I think I want to try this because I think they'll like it, or something is making me think that they want this, they do. That's that instinctual feeling of giving what your lover needs, okay? Follow your instincts, your romantic instincts, because you do pick up on stuff. If you're with your lover and they're in a bad mood or had a bad day, you can pick up on that instantly. You're like, okay, they need this, you need a shout, you need this. It's very caring, but also you're very playful. Lean into playful energy. You're very enticing when you are more playful and you feel at home with someone, when you feel comfortable with someone. I don't think that you participate in certain things with people unless you have a deep connection with them, because you want to be able to feel comfortable and feel like you can really be yourself. So the more you are your quirky self, pile number 2, the hotter you are, okay? And I do think that you do fall into that cute archetype, so don't try to be too sexy. What's gonna work for you, pile number 2, is to lean into the cuteness, okay? Shooting your lover a wink from across the room, or, I know some people cringe at this, doing a little bit of a baby voice once in a while, not in a cringy way, but do you know what I mean? Like, acting cute for your lover will actually give you a lot of benefits in terms of seduction. You get what you want when you bat those little eyelashes and you do that little smirk, and that really works for you. Lean into that more. I think that people even find you really seductive when you're getting dressed, or when you're getting ready, or when you're cooking a meal. For some of you guys, when you cook for someone, they are like, oh my gosh. Because I think, I don't know if you're a good cook, or even if you're not a good cook, I feel like you could be. There's something here where those little things add to your seduction. So, giving someone a really good birthday gift that isn't necessarily expensive, but comes from the heart, because you listen to something, like you listen to what they said when they told you the kind of things that they wanted. I feel like you're very good at giving gifts. There could have been moments in your life where you compared yourself to other feminine energies and you were like, oh, no one ever thinks I'm hot or this or that. But I really need you to understand, pal number 2, that you are more of like the cutie sexy type, not, you know what I mean? You are more seductive when you're wearing a cute pajama set, you know what I mean? And you have on your cute little socks, or you have on, a nightgown. That's more your vibe. Even if you have on like your mud mask at night, or you have that little thing that you put in your toes when you paint your toes, like things like that is what makes you seductive. Believe it or not, pal number 2, it's how you dress down. It's how you can bring out the playful energy in masculines, especially when they've had a hard time. You make them feel like they can just be like, let's just have fun. We're just gonna have fun, and it's gonna be natural, and it doesn't have to be this big giant thing. It's just the two of us. Now I'm hearing that song, Just the Two of Us. So you're just like, like you're the type where, like, I think if your lover comes home upset, you just kind of like push their face into your chest and you're like, shh, shh, it's okay. It's okay. I just heard mama's here. So I don't know. There's just a lot here where your nurturing nature is actually the hottest thing about you, pile number 2. Research these two archetypes, because I feel like you're the type of person where, you know, you might be discovering yourself or really trying to come out of your shell, not to the world, but to a particular person, or maybe you just want to be able to feel comfortable in your own skin by yourself. Whatever you're into right now, pile number 2, lean into your natural quirks, who you are authentically. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you don't even need makeup. Like, you might be the type of person that looks better with just a little bit of mascara and a little bit of lip gloss. Like, it's all about that natural look for you. Dressing really feminine, you know what I mean? And if you don't like to wear dresses, you can still be really feminine in a pair of pants, okay? It's more about the energy and less about the, you know, the character customizations, for lack of a better word. But yeah, pile number 2, you really know how to make people feel good and happy and safe. If you're a hugger, this is also what's very seductive about you. So those nice warm hugs. I think that you doubt yourself sometimes, but you know, pile number 2, you know. I'm hearing it's in the rhythm, it's in the ocean, I don't know. Maybe you like have a lot of water in your chart and you're like, like you can feel when your lover is sad. You're like, you're sad, I felt it in my heart. Like, I just heard that line from Mean Girls when she's like, it's like I have a sixth sense, or ESPN or something. That's you, pal number 2. But that is your reading, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pal number 3. We're going to get right into your reading and find out what is your female archetype, your seduction style. I'm going to get the cards out and then get some archetypes out and go into the message. So let's see what you got. In Aquarius, your vision, what's new and different about, use an unconventional way, the mountain, and the cave. Okay. Rest, win or lose, lifelong partnership. All right, now I'm going to get some tarot cards. To clarify this, can we have 4 tarot cards for pile number 3? What is their seduction style? What is their female archetype? Thank you so much. 4 cards for pile number 3. The Queen of Pentacles. The World. The Strength. And the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. I'm just going to go like this, actually. Okay, and now we're going to get your archetype really quick. What is pile number 3's seduction archetype? I'm going to pick 2 since there's only 3 piles on this reading, so you can embody either one of these or both of these at the same time. It's pile number 3. Okay, you got the Boss. And the Ingenue. Wow. Pile number 3. Okay, first of all, look at all this green. It's money, 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 money. I don't know what that has to do with your seduction, but money has something to do with it, and it's not the other party, it's you. Maybe you make people feel rich. You are so different, okay? Some of you guys could be neurodivergent, or that's only if you have been told by, you know, an actual doctor. But you just have such a difference about you. As you can see, a lot of these cards are very material based or in reality. So oftentimes you could be really seductive without even knowing it. You have a bit of an impish charm to you. So it's kind of like this girlish charm mixed with this maturity as well. But at the same time, you're not allowed. What am I saying? They're not allowed. don't allow people to control or manipulate you out of what you want in a situation. So I think your seduction is really unique, pal number 3. It's hard to put a finger on. Examples of your energy would be like Marilyn Monroe or Cleopatra. You know, it's very much once in a lifetime. There could be a lot of moments where you've been intimate with people and you just say something off the cuff or just random, and you don't even think or have the intention of it to be alluring, but it is. I'm hearing accidental sexy, or just you don't have to try, you just are. You could kind of look like a pixie or a fairy or have an ethereal look to you. You know, the mountain and the cave energy to me is really really just folklore, or you know, like mermaids. You have this energy where you're ancient but you're also brand new. It's hard to describe. It's really hard to put a finger on, but my gosh, pal number 3, can you make money off your looks? This I feel like this reading came into your life to tell you that you could be making money off of your seduction. And this is not in the way that you're thinking. This does not mean going to OF or doing anything of that sort at all. This is bigger than that. This is the mountain. This is a pedestal. This is, you know, Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, that's like the height of seduction. Like Cleopatra had men like on her call doing whatever the heck she said to do. You know, they were making her creams and all kinds of stuff. She look it up. Okay, look it up. It's just this energy of I'm the best you're ever going to get. And I know it. And I can also make you a lot of money. Like, you're seductive because you can really grow a masculine energy. I think that you update their style, their looks, you are an upgrade. That's your seduction, is the fact that you're an upgrade. There's something too about your hands. Your hands are very seductive. People love your hands, or using your hands or doing more hand gestures could be something that could increase your appeal if you are looking to increase your seduction. Remember when I talked about that girlish charm that you had? It's this innocence, but it's also, like I said, it's very accidental. That's why I picked up on like a neurodivergent energy, or you don't know how seductive you are. So you could be the type who just walks past like your lover or your crush and you like brush past them and you're like, God, move. Not realizing that you kind of just like were very erotic about it. I don't know. It's like giving this accidental like, oh, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I don't know. I don't know. You're also, it's funny because I don't think of the Queen of Pentacles as childish, but you could get in little like childish, petty, kind of bratty moods, but this is also very seductive about you. Maybe it's giving the energy of you might be the sexiest when you're a little bit mad, when you're a little bit annoyed, when you are just like, ugh, get away from me. But not really, obviously, like, you know, consent and everything like that. I'm just saying that you don't mean to be as attractive as you come across. I do think sometimes it's the opposite, where you frustrate your lover because, you know, sometimes you maybe you can be a little bit petty, or you could just, you know, not anything negative. This is like in a healthy way, I guess. I don't know. It's just you can kind of push buttons and get on your lover's nerves, but in a playful way to kind of just get them out of their, I heard out of their skin, out of their shell. Sorry. I don't know. Pile number 3, you got me all giddy and giggly and not very serious, but you are serious. I don't know, because you do have that lifelong partnership, and the Queen of Pentacles, you know, it's not conniving. It's just who you are. Sometimes you could be like the damsel in distress a little bit, but I think for you, it's kind of this character. But at the same time, your seduction lies in role playing a little bit, or just unconventional. There's just something different about you. And I do feel like you could make a lot of money off this. So this could even be you inventing a class for couples to have fun together, or to like spice things up, but in a fun way. There's something here about you being able to profit off of this seduction technique somehow, but not in a pornographic way, okay? Not in that kind of way, in a way that is about technique. And I don't know. You're very interesting, pal number three. You have layers. Not all of you are the same, obviously. I feel like for a majority of you, you just on at first glance, people can tell there's something about you, but it becomes deeper because they don't expect how much you have to offer. It's just like every layer they undo is just good and better and more. I think that you don't show your strengths, and that's part of what also makes you seductive, is the fact that you always have something to yourself or something tucked away or a little bit of mystery. You know exactly who you are and exactly what you want, and that is incredibly, incredibly hot. But yeah, pile number three, don't be afraid to up the ante, because I think it makes you even more seductive than you think. But that is your reading, pile number three, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.